Welcome to the deep dive. Today we have a stack of sources that honestly reads less like a research document and more like a fever dream from some high-end spy novelist.
It really does.
We are diving into this incredibly complex, high-stakes narrative. It blends, extreme corporate espionage, meticulously applied psychological strategy, and,
Yeah.
well, arguably one of the most unconventional power-sharing arrangements you will ever encounter.
It's a phenomenal look at how far desperate people will go and how quickly a simple plan can just mutate into something completely radical when, truly intelligent players get involved.
So what are we looking at here?
Our sources unpack the story of a man named Costas. He's facing just complete financial ruin, and he's perfect mark for a proposition.
A proposition to do what exactly?
To execute a calculated seduction plot. The goal is to gain control of a major heiress and her multi-billion-euro fortune.
Okay, so the mission is, at least at the start, pretty straightforward. Costas meets his old colleague, Dimitris, who comes up with the scheme.
Right. The plan is Costas seduces and marries the heiress, Erica Ranieri.
And Dimitris' motivation is just pure, straightforward greed.
Yeah.
He wants financial control of Erica's assets. It's a classic corporate power grab using personal manipulation.
But here's where the whole story pivots. Immediately, Costas, he's profoundly desperate. I mean, he's lost his job, his wife, all because of his setup by his former colleagues.
So he's got nothing to lose.
Exactly. He agrees to the plot, but he decides to introduce his own non-negotiable complication right from the start.
Preaches.
He consults his former lover, Claire, and this single choice, if you really think about it, it transforms a simple two-person conspiracy into a kind of four-dimensional chess game where psychological expertise is instantly weaponized.
Okay, let's unpack this core group, because their pasts are, they're absolutely key to understanding the sheer audacity of this entire plan. We know Costas is motivated by survival, maybe a little bit of vengeance.
For sure. But Claire is the true strategic catalyst here. She is far, far more than just an ex-lover.
What's her story?
Claire is a paradox. On one hand, she holds these official, highly respected degrees in psychiatry and psychology. We're talking prestigious institutions, the University of Athens Medical School and the University of Paris.
So she's a top-tier clinician.
Absolutely. Specializing in consulting psychology and sexual behavior among couples. But then the sources make it clear she has this deeply non-traditional, almost criminal past.
Wait, so the person running the psychological strategy has actual first-hand experience navigating high-stakes legal trouble?
Precisely. Her history includes a 7-month incarceration in Korydallos judicial prison.
Wow.
Yeah, related to a former relationship with a drug dealer. She's a master of survival, and this just informs her ruthlessness. And on top of that, she operates with a stunning degree of high-level autonomy.
How so?
Get this. She possesses a special diplomatic corps passport from the Republic of Seychelles.
That detail is incredible. A diplomatic passport isn't just about, skipping the line at the airport. What are the specific advantages she's leveraging there?
Well, that passport grants her significant legal and financial advantages. It basically puts her above the typical scrutiny most people face. It's a layer of legal shielding and, crucially, financial mobility that she fully uses to protect her assets.
Like her villa in Athens.
Exactly. She managed to save her highly valuable Athens villa, which she still controls. She's a woman who understands that true power requires not just wealth, but an untouchable legal status.
That makes perfect sense. So she's bringing world-class clinical knowledge, street smarts, and a diplomatic shield to the table.
Mm-hmm. And on the other side of this equation is Erica, the heiress, the target. And she is profoundly vulnerable after her father's death.
And this vulnerability is key to the whole strategy, isn't it?
It's everything. She's described as emotionally unstable, isolated, and having neglected herself. There's noticeable weight gain all following these previous traumatic sexual experiences.
The sources are pretty clinical in describing her.
Brutally clinical. They describe her experience level as being after puberty, a virgin, and just confirming her timidity. She is the perfect psychological target for a calculated manipulation.
And this is where Claire's expertise immediately comes in. Her first move is to perform this unofficial psychological and sexual profile of Erica.
From photographs alone, before Costas has even spoken a word to her, this is the weaponization of clinical expertise in action.
What did she find?
Her assessment just strips away all the mystery. She notes Erica's physical development and concludes using very clinical language, that she is clitoral, therefore easily stimulated.
But timid.
But timid due to her history. And this isn't some casual observation. This is the design document for the entire seduction strategy. It tells Costas exactly what to do.
Which is what?
That she'll respond instantly and intensely to physical pleasure, but only after her deep-seated emotional and psychological defenses are neutralized by patience and understanding.
So the strategy kicks off, built entirely on this clinical assessment. Costas adopts a gentle, calculated approach.
Right. He takes Claire's advice to a T. He simply allows Erica to talk, to feel heard, to open up. He's playing the compassionate listener, the complete opposite of the aggressive encounters she'd experienced before.
And he backs this up with some pretty overwhelming gifts.
Overwhelming is the word. He starts with these significant, symbolic gifts for her birthday. Think about the choice Louboutin pumps, which he pointedly mentions always turn him on.
That's a subtle but powerful psychological tool. It's introducing mutual desire.
Making her complicit in the fantasy. And then, for their first date, he gets a huge diamond ring, estimated value around €250,000.
That is not a first date gift. That's an engagement statement. This isn't courtship. It's psychological shock and awe.
And the sources confirm it paid off almost immediately. Costas successfully helps Erica confront her past trauma, those failed encounters. This emotional breakthrough just primes her for what comes next.
And the physical success seals the deal. The sources describe their first sexual encounter as a major success.
Multiple orgasms for Erica. This instant, overwhelming fulfillment, combined with the emotional vulnerability Costas built up, just led her to feel intense attachment and love very, very quickly. It's a textbook application of emotional dependency, all engineered by Claire.
It's highly effective. But the internal structure of this whole operation is about to get a lot more complicated.
Right, with the introduction of Cleo.
Cleo, Erica's housekeeper, who is also described as attractive, provocative, and working deep inside Erica's emotional fortress.
She's the Trojan horse. The sources strongly suggest she is either Dimitris's informant, his lover, or maybe both. She's the lever Dimitris uses to maintain control over Erica.
And yet Erica sees Cleo as a confidant. She even credits Cleo for suggesting she wear the daring clothes for the engagement trip.
The ultimate sleeper agent. And Cleo's presence is the trigger for Claire's most revolutionary idea. At this point, Claire's professional interest in sexual behavior just merges completely with her personal survival instinct.
She realizes something has to be done about Cleo.
She realizes that to keep Costas and to safeguard their control against threats like Dimitris, who is leveraging Cleo, they have to absorb Cleo into their own structure.
So she proposes the husband and 3 wives. This isn't just casual polyamory, is it? It's a calculated, radical corporate loyalty pact disguised as a domestic arrangement.
Exactly. Claire defines it very precisely. Erica, Claire, and Cleo being equal partners with Costas. The sheer complexity of their circumstances, the conspiracy, the counter-conspiracy, the corporate stakes, it all justifies this structure.
It eliminates the internal threat.
It completely eliminates the threat posed by Cleo's loyalty to Dimitris by folding her into the new power structure. It guarantees her loyalty through shared commitment and, shared secrets.
The moment this alliance is cemented, the game shifts entirely. It goes from seduction to full-on corporate takeover.
Guided by this new polyamorous collective, Erica, now feeling loved and powerful and backed by Costas and Claire, decides to turn the tables on Dimitris before the engagement is even formalized.
And this is where the strategic brilliance of the plan really shines, because they have inside information.
Oh, it's fascinating. The massive corporate leverage they suddenly possess. The unassuming housekeeper, Cleo, is revealed to hold a 28% share in the Ranieri group of companies.
28%. From who?
A gift from Erica's late father.
That's a staggering revelation. Combined with Erica's 68%, the 2 women suddenly control 96% of the company.
An unassailable majority. That revelation just paralyzes Dimitris immediately.
It does. And the source material highlights this incredible transformation in Erica. The shy, isolated heiress suddenly displays this shocking ruthlessness during the confrontation.
She asserts total control, fires key executives, including the commercial directors.
And she backs up this financial coup with some serious psychological warfare. She fakes a gun threat.
Yeah, the sources clarify it was a replica that made a sound, but it was still a profound tool to terrify her adversaries into compliance.
And most critically, she locks the management protocol book inside her father's safe at the holdings office.
That is the decisive, paralyzing move. It ensures Demetrius and his people cannot legally maneuver or operate. She has successfully asserted total control over the heart of this multi-billion-euro empire.
And Demetrius is out completely.
Completely removed from her life and the business.
So with the power consolidated, the engagement follows swiftly in Mykonos, proposed by Erica herself.
She is entirely won over. She sees Costas as her savior and her partner in power, and they solidify their truly unconventional union with a permanent symbol.
The engagement ring.
The ring Costas receives. It's inscribed on the inside with the names of all three women, Erica, Claire, Cleo, and the date. This isn't just romantic. It seals their commitment. It memorializes the shared power structure that underpins their business control.
So with the business secured, they move to institutionalize this unique domestic order.
Right. Claire immediately arranges for the family to live in Erica's massive house. I mean, this place has two pools, military-grade security systems. But she carves out her own highly protected space.
Like garden house.
Yes, she secures the fully autonomous garden house on the property for herself. This is a critical move. It utilizes her unique diplomatic status and her professional need for independence. She maintains physical and legal separation while remaining intimately connected to the core power structure.
It's autonomy within the fortress.
Perfectly put.
And here's where the domestic details start to get really specific, reflecting the institutionalized nature of their arrangement.
You mean the search for a new housekeeper?
Exactly. They begin an active search for a new, highly specific female housekeeper or maid. Polish, German, or Hungarian were suggested.
And the requirements are unusual.
To say the least.
Yeah.
This new hire must be bisexual, live in the guest room, and be willing to provide additional services to the unconventional family.
This is the ultimate statement that their revolutionary structure is now formalized. It's being staffed accordingly. They aren't just finding a maid, they are vetting a potential expansion of their inner circle, ensuring anyone in their proximity is aligned with the group's lifestyle and loyalty pact.
Total control extends into every single aspect of their domestic life. Now they move into their new normal. Immense wealth, incredible new security assets for Costas. He gets his own luxury car, an Audi S-Tronic, 333 horsepower. It's a symbol of his elevation.
He's no longer the desperate man. He's a key power broker with all the trappings of extreme wealth. And they acquire assets that go far, far beyond just luxury.
We need to talk about the yacht.
We do. This yacht possesses military-standard electronic systems. This is where the story shifts from, corporate maneuvering to something closer to state-level intelligence gathering.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. What does a military standard electronic system even mean in this context? Because the sources hint at something explosive.
Well, a military standard system implies highly secured communication, advanced surveillance countermeasures, and the ability to operate outside normal civilian scrutiny. But the source material reveals the true nugget of power.
Which is what?
Through strategic bribery, they acquired a secret, concealed subsystem on the yacht. This system grants the captain, and by extension, Costas access to spy satellites and various international databases.
Spy satellite access. We've gone from a seduction plot to possessing limitless, untraceable information gathering capabilities.
That's it. That acquisition of ultimate knowledge makes them effectively untouchable by conventional means.
Wealth can be challenged. Legal control can be contested.
But possessing real-time, military-grade intelligence ensures dominance. This is the difference between just being rich and being globally informed and secure.
So the group formalizes their relationship. They adopt these strict schedules of self-improvement spa visits, diets, and shared sexual experiences, fulfilling the husband and three wives vision, all while managing a multi-billion-euro business empire with its own private intelligence arm.
It's incredible.
What really stands out is how a plot driven by Demetrius's simple base greed transformed under the influence of Claire's radical strategic mind. The initial manipulation turned into, well, genuine loyalty and love among the core group of four. It's a complex survival mechanism that became a corporate and personal power structure.
Ultimately, the analysis just shows that the drive for survival and radical personal freedom can rewrite the rules of both morality and business. The knowledge to be gained here is that proprietary high-level intelligence, even military-grade information, is the ultimate currency.
It surpasses the value of the inherited wealth they set out to control.
Far surpasses it. They didn't just seize a company, they acquired a private intelligence agency.
And the sources end with this provocative thought about what's next. They tease a sequel the day after. The group next confronts these mysterious visitors in Switzerland and embarks on a mission for the Renaissance of Greece with their new universal perspective.
Which really raises an important question for you, the listener. If a small, unconventional group can leverage psychological manipulation, corporate ruthlessness, and military-grade information access to establish this kind of global dominance, what does it mean for the structure of power when personal relationships and intense strategy become fully and irrevocably integrated?
Something to think about as you consider who really holds the cards in the world's highest stakes games.